Hey everyone, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation where someone said something that hurt you and you didn't know what to say? Or maybe you did know what to say, but you chose to stay quiet. At that moment, it might have felt weak, like you lost, like you should have defended yourself. But what if I told you that sometimes silence is actually the strongest answer you can give? Today, we're talking about why silence is powerful and why, in many situations, it says more than words ever could. We live in a world that's constantly noisy. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone wants to speak. Everyone wants to prove they're right. Social media, arguments, debates, people talking over each other just to be heard. And in all this noise, silence feels uncomfortable. But that's exactly why it's powerful. Because when everyone is shouting, the person who stays calm and quiet stands out the most. Think about it. When someone insults you and you immediately react, you're giving them control over your emotions. But when you stay silent, you're showing something rare. Control. You're saying, I don't need to react to everything. I don't need to prove myself to you. And that kind of confidence doesn't need words. Here's the truth most people don't realize. Not every argument deserves your energy. Some people don't want to understand you, they just want to win. And no matter what you say, they'll twist your words, interrupt you, or ignore your point. So what's the point of arguing? Sometimes, silence is your way of saying, this conversation isn't worth my peace. And protecting your peace is more important than winning any argument. There are moments when silence says everything, when you walk away instead of arguing, when you don't respond to negativity, when you stop explaining yourself to people who don't care. That silence sends a message, a powerful one. It tells people, you don't have access to my energy anymore. And trust me, people feel that. When you react instantly, you often say things you regret. But when you stay silent, you give yourself time. Time to think, time to understand, time to respond wisely, or not at all. Silence creates space, and in that space, you make better decisions. Now, let's be clear about something. Silence is not about being weak. It's not about being scared to speak. There's a difference between staying silent because you're afraid and staying silent because you're strong enough not to react. Real silence comes from strength. It comes from knowing your worth and not needing validation from everyone. Of course, silence isn't always the answer. There are times when you should speak up, when something is wrong, when someone is being treated unfairly, when your voice can make a difference. But the key is this: speak when it matters, stay silent when it doesn't. That balance is power. So next time someone tries to pull you into drama, next time you feel the urge to react instantly, pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? If the answer is no, then maybe, just maybe, silence is your best answer. If this video made you think or helped you see silence in a new way, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, not every response needs words. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can say is nothing at all.